How you guys doing?
How are you doing?
Doing great, man. On top of the world right now.
Love to hear it. So that elbow you landed in round one seemed like it might have changed the complexion of at least not maybe if not the fight, maybe that round at least. Did you notice that there was a change in him after you landed that shot?
For sure, it was a big shot. I thought I was going to get the finish right there. But, I started to feel my groove in the second round and found his timing and just trusted my eyes. And I know I got knockout power in both hands,
So I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw your eyes kind of light up when you saw him wobble backwards and you just jumped in with that left hook for the kill. Am I wrong? Like, what was going through your head when you saw him wobble?
That's what I dream of, man. That's what I'm trying to do every time I come on that stage. Every time I'm in that cage, I'm trying to put people away, give the people what you want to see. I know that's what Contender Series is all about, and I've always believed this show is made for guys like me.
So you had a lot of support for this fight. I know you had Aaron Jeffrey come out here. You had Jelly in the crowd. Then you had your corner, obviously, but then they had the cam back at home. So you had support on all angles for this fight. Just talk about that a little bit.
I got an amazing gym, Niagara Top Team. Big shout out to them. My coaches, Chris Prickett, Matt DiMarcantonio, Matthew Jelly. And then I got Jasmine Jazdavicius. She's in the UFC. Mike Malott. So we got killers in the gym, people that are in the UFC. They've paved the way, and now we got guys like me following their footsteps. We got a lot more guys coming, so.
Yeah, so you actually continued a streak of Canadian wins on DWCS this year. Canada is 3-0 on DWCS this year.
Yeah, and my boy Siri City too, right? So.
Hell yeah. So does it feel good to, continue that streak for Canada, keep Canadian MMA going after a weak DWCS season last year?
100%. Now that Canada's coming back to, or the UFC's coming back to Canada more often, we got to get more guys in the show, It's a talent-packed regional scene, and you're going to see more guys like me coming up representing Canada. It means the world to me to be able to represent my country.
Was there any doubt in your mind that you'd get a contract? It obviously was a great KO, but it was third round. The fight started off a little bit slow. Do you have any doubt in your mind, or did you know you were getting that contract?
Not after a KO like that, but I felt like Dana said to me it kind of takes two to tango, and I felt like my opponent was kind of like trying to stall a little bit, but I knew I'd be able to find that finish, so.
This one for me. You say you're the best fisherman in MMA. I mean, do you have any challenges to give out now that you're in the UFC? I mean, you gotta fight some fishermen now for sure.
I'm the real best fisherman in MMA, and I'll fight or fish to prove that. Check me out on Octagon Outdoors. That's all my fishing stuff. My normal MMA page and everything else is Kavanchek MMA. But you want to see some fish? Go check out Octagon Outdoors.
Thank you, Cody. Congratulations.
Congrats on the win. Just one for me.
Thank you.
Is this working? You mentioned the UFC coming back to Canada. There's a Vancouver card looming. How much are you going to politic to get on that card?
It's a little soon. There's some things like I got to talk to my coaches and talk to my camp and everything. But I would love to get on the next Canadian card for sure. My teammates, I'll be there regardless. My teammates, both Jasmine and Mike, are fighting on that card. And I hope they get, I don't know if he's been announced yet, but I hope they get Siri on that card too, Siri City. And yeah, that's just another stack card coming to Canada, so it's great for Canadian MMA fans. There's such a huge fan base there, so it's going to be a great card.
Cody, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Awesome performance. Bucket list item check. Bam, got the Contender Series win. Officially, good luck when you get into that octagon. What else is in there that you think like, oh man, I can't wait to down the road in my career one day do a Vegas event, Madison Square Garden, work my way up to the top ranks. Give me kind of like a little blueprint of what we can expect for you going forward now that you're officially with this contract.
I'd love to fight on a Canadian card, the next one, and just more highlight reel knockouts, more highlight reel submissions, just action-packed fights. That's what I'm trying to do every time, and I see some crazy finishes coming in the future, and just climbing those ranks.
So it's not as much as where you would fight, Apex, Arena. You just want to give the fans what they want and give us those.
Exactly. Give you those fight, and I want to win some performance bonuses, some knockout bonuses, you know what I mean? I know I got it in me, so, just to be able to go out there and do that. But, like, are you talking where I'm going to fight? Or?
Yeah, there's some guys and gals who always say, like, man, my dream is I see myself on that poster for Madison Square Garden, or I got to do T-Mobile, or fight in Brazil, fight in Canada. Like, what are the ones that really stand out when you were a kid watching the sport grow and say, oh, I got to be that guy?
To fight in Toronto, to have those Canadian fans there and to walk out in that arena. I see my teammate Jazz doing it, and just how loyal and crazy those Canadian fans are. that's always been a dream of mine.
Awesome, man. I hope you get that, and good luck with the career.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Just one for me. Congratulations. Obviously, though, when Dana was reading your contract announcement, he says he's 9-0, he's 27, and he's Canadian. So have you guys up north have noticed, like, the value of being a Canadian prospect, in this push of, going to the Canadian market?
Yeah, for sure. Just because the fans are so loyal, right? And they're just such diehard fans. It's a big market base, I think. And during COVID and all that, it kind of stopped the UFC from coming. And now we're coming back more often, so it's going to be huge.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Good to go? All right, thank you, guys.
Tommy right here. So first, I did want to ask, is it Thomas or Tommy? I've seen it used both ways. What do you prefer?
Tommy's fine, man. Either order, I don't mind. Kind of interchangeable with me.
Okay, sounds good. So I saw you had Torres Finney here supporting you. Had a lot of fans, friends here supporting you. How did it feel to see those guys cheering for you? I heard them all go crazy when you got that contract.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. Me and Torres trained out at the academy in California together, so he came out to support me and a bunch of my other friends and stuff like that too. And there was a little bit of tension from Monday with that dude in the face-off and a little bit of history, but whatever. It's in the past now.
Yeah, so you say there's a little bit of history there. He actually brought up in his promo package that you guys have sparred in the past before, and he wouldn't allude to what happened, but he said you know what happened. So
we sparred prior to me having an amateur fight, I believe. I don't think I had an amateur fight yet. And I was at their gym, and I went with all of their best guys. I was taking them down, but, that was all I was doing at the point. But we traded a little bit on the feet, and I think he might have caught me in an arm bar or something like that. But it wasn't like it's sparring. Like a fight's a fight. Sparring. And obviously you see what happened, so.
So, like you said, you've been working at the academy with Daniel Cormier,
Right.
Torres Finney, all those guys.
Yeah.
What improvements have you noticed in your game? I know you haven't been there too long, but it seems like already we saw a lot of improvements from your last fight to tonight.
Yeah, man, I made a lot of improvements over time. I credit one of my coaches. He likes to be anonymous, but he's just set me up with some phenomenal training, man, from the striking to the grappling. He set me up with guys like Dave Branch, my coach DeJuan Owens from North Carolina, man, a little bit of everybody. Remy Fullwood from Jawbreakers Boxing, he got me together with the hands. So, yeah, I'm just blessed, man. I got a good support system.
So a lot of people joked in the lead up to this fight that you were kind of speed running through your MMA career. I mean, you had 11 fights now since April of 2024.
Yeah,
now that you're in the UFC, can we see you slow down a bit, or are you just going to try to keep fighting as often as possible? Because the pace you've been at is crazy, man.
I don't know, man. That's up to the team. But that anonymous coach, he takes all the credit for that, man. He set that up. We literally hop in the car, we go to West Virginia, I fight Saturday. He'd be like, all right, you win again Thursday. I'm like, all right. I was going probably every week that summer, I want to say.
So this was your first fight without having a full-time job. How did it feel to finally have the stress of not working 50 hours a week and being able to put everything into training, everything into being the best Thomas Gant you can for this fight?
Man, it was great, man. It was a little bit different. It kind of reminded me of when I was competing internationally, because that was all I was doing at that point. So I could kind of go train, come home, sleep, train, recover, all those type of things. But when I was fighting, when I was coaching, it was tough, man. It wasn't much recovery. So this is a little bit different, and I think you'll see a better and better version of me as we keep going.
So last one for me. I saw you had a white belt in BJJ. I mean, come on, you got to have at least a blue belt after tonight, right?
Hey, you got to talk to Coach Leandro, man. Check Matt. You got to talk to Coach Leandro. He hooked me up with the white belt. I got to keep evolving.
Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Well done tonight, sir. Awesome performance. You mentioned your teammate who has been here and walked these hallways and met the people and had that energy. Did he say anything key or any type of inspirational words that were like, wow, man, this dude's walked this path, so he helped me dial in?
Yeah, he helped me out big time this morning. He set me up with some training, and but other than that, he was just telling me go out there and let it fly, man. He was like, this is a job interview, so you got to go out there and put it on the line and let it fly, and that's what I tried to do.
That's awesome, man. And from someone who's been there, done that, that only gives you that much, such positive reinforcement. You mentioned David Branch. This is someone who has fought at 185, and you're, wow, man, what's that like to just have somebody in there with so many different weight classes to really push you?
Man, he's an encyclopedia. I mean, he coaches me, so he doesn't necessarily train with me, but he's an encyclopedia fight, man. He's really, really good everywhere. It was just mind-blowing kind of learning from him and just getting that extra knowledge from the past generations, man. It was impressive.
That's awesome, man. And last for me, kind of like a two-part question. Walk me through this finish, but also the mean mugging. Like I stared that dude. You were just like looking at him all.
Dude, he was, I figured it. I guess, man, I don't know. I guess the Long Island boys talk a little trash or whatever, but, I mean, where I'm from, we don't really do that because we take trash talk personally, you know what I mean? So if you do that, you better be ready to stand on it. But what was your question one more time?
And that cold ice stare afterwards, just mean mugging him.
Oh,
but
yeah. So
finish.
he was staring at me at the weigh-ins and kind of shaking. I'm like, dude, like, I don't do all that. I'm going to stare at you and we can get in there and fight. It could go one way. It could be ugly your way. It could be ugly my way. But in that finishing sequence, I was trying to elbow him because I'm pretty good at delivering a little bit of damage on the ground. And he was tucking his head, so I just went for the neck and he kind of gave it up. It was tight, I guess.
Well done, sir, and congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Tommy, speaking of DC, he's a notorious golfer. I saw that you've also been out on the links.
Yeah.
Have you golfed with DC before?
Man, we played a ton of golf this camp, man.
Okay.
Ton of golf. I don't like posting it, but.
KG always says he cheats. Is he a cheater on the
Oh,
golf
he's
course?
the biggest cheater. Biggest cheater ever. But he's going to say the same thing about me, though. He's going to be like, yeah, this dude is always 2 strokes less than what he is.
All right, congrats on the win, man.
Thank you, man.
Tommy, congrats on the win, man. Obviously, we know you had a tenure wrestling over at NC State with a little bit of coaching as well. Is there something, because we've seen a lot of guys make the transition from college wrestling over to MMA, but is there something you take from not only wrestling for them but also coaching for them that really helped you out in this transition to mixed martial arts?
Yeah, man, it's too much to even say, to be honest, but I think the biggest thing I took from wrestling is just the mentality, man. We're just a different breed of athletes that get after it and enjoy the grind, man, because it's hard. Like, you doing the 6-week camp, 4-week camp, you're training all day, you're tired, sore. You might have kids and a family, you know what I mean? It's hard. So that's probably the biggest thing I've taken away from it, just the mentality, man. Just grind, put your head down and work.
And you always know you wanted to eventually make the transition to MMA? Because we know a lot of wrestlers, they start off saying, I want to make it, maybe Olympic style or something, but did you always know you want to go to MMA eventually?
No, not really, man. I wanted to be a world champion, Olympic champion wrestling, and it just kind of didn't pan out how it should have, and that just kind of sparked my interest to keep competing, and fighting just kind of happened, man. That anonymous coach, man, he was like, I hit pads with him one time, and he was like, man, you should take an amateur fight. I was like, I never thought about it, and then I took an amateur fight, and then it's just kind of been rolling downhill from there.
Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Tommy, congrats on the win. Just wanted to go to DC real quick. I mean, we hear him on the broadcast all the time, giving great insight and different things that we might not even think about for you in your journey. What do you feel like resonates with you the most that he's given you on insight and just feedback on your game?
I think we relate to each other in the regard that he got started a little bit late, kind of like I did, and just a wrestling background, man. It's tough, man. We grew up in 2 similar backgrounds, too. He grew up in Lafayette. I grew up in East St. Louis, 2 rough cities, man. It's hard to make it out, and you just kind of keep that mentality and push it to something else, something positive, like fighting.
Obviously, his resume speaks for itself, but for you, when someone goes through similar things like that, do you feel like he just has an easier sense of reaching you and being able to be like, hey, this is the way you should go about it?
Yeah, he just knows. You know what I mean? Just easily relatable. That made me think about one of the athletes that I coached last year, a kid named Vincent Robinson. He was an NCAA champ for NC State last year, and it was kind of the same relationship between me and him. Like whenever he would get too far off the leash, I'd be like, hey man, come on, you got to tighten up, lock in.
Congrats on the win. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hey, you are right here. So all the talk coming into this fight was about his BJJ experience and all the accomplishments that he's had in BJJ. But you've had a very vast and successful amateur career as a mixed martial artist. Do you feel like your amateur career was kind of overlooked coming into this fight because of his BJJ experience?
I think my amateur experience was very good, and it's very sorry for my English, but my amateur career is very, I don't know what I can say. Another question, please.
So you didn't get to show off your judo tonight. Your judo is your big part of your game. Were you upset that you didn't get to show off any of that judo tonight?
When we'll be do the clinch, I will be use my judo, but I prefer fight in stand-up in kickboxing because Ali have a great Brazilian jiu-jitsu and I don't want to risky.
Yeah, so he had that great BJJ background, and you wanted to keep it on the feet going into this fight, even though you had the good judo.
Yes.
Okay, got you. So you like to travel a lot. Where do you want your UFC debut to be, and do you have any places you want to travel after this fight?
I stay here. And I come to California with my girlfriend and we sightseeing something, a few days break, few days rest. I can eat something more like than the diet.
And last one from me. How soon do you want to fight in the UFC?
Can you repeat?
How soon do you want to fight in the UFC?
After my little holiday, I will be ready to come back and train, and I will be waiting for the fight.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just one here for me. You mentioned in the post-fight interview that you liked being the underdog. You were the biggest betting underdog coming into this card. Is that something you knew and used as motivation approaching this fight?
Yes, when I am an underdog, this is motivation for me. But before the fight, I don't know that I am underdog. After the fight, in the interview, I hear that.
But you like being the underdog?
Yes, I very like.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win. Just one for me. That was an amazing knockout. 5th fastest in the history of the Contender Series. You got to show some great hands, but what was the game plan for your opponent? Did you expect it to go to the ground? Did you want to make it a boxing fight, a striking fight? What was the game plan if you fought him for the 15 minutes?
We have planned to fight in boxing. We plan to knock out him. Yes, that was the plan. And but no, yes.
the shot was just so perfectly countered. You went right over his when he threw something. Is this something that you saw maybe in footage and tape that your coaches know the opening was there, or was this just instinct from your training before that you were able to do this?
We a lot of train my right hand, and now in the fight will be instinct. That was a counter for his left jab.
Congratulations, perfect counter. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on the win. But all your pro fights were under Babylon MMA in Poland. So how was it? How was a fight week like for you traveling overseas to the States this week?
Can you repeat?
How was a fight week like? Fighting for the first time in your pro career outside of Poland.
But this is not my first fight around Poland, because in amateur I fight in a lot of countries in Europe. So this is my first fight in USA, but for me it's very good experience.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Gracias. Go Birds.
El agua, ya, retén agua. Como quiera. Testing 1, 2, 3, go Birds. 2-0. Push that tush.
Hecker, right over here.
Hey,
How are you feeling tonight? Big win. Finally got on the UFC. How are we feeling?
¿Cómo te sientes? Una grande victoria. Finalmente estás en la UFC. ¿Cómo están las emociones?
I am so good. It's very important that win for me because I worked so much for that day. But it's more important for my family because my family is now in the bad moment. So now with my win, they are more happy, a little more happy. But for me, it's very important.
Yeah, and what was it like? What was that pressure like, having to come into this fight knowing you were fighting for a lot more than just a UFC contract? You were fighting for your family and to change everything.
¿Y cómo fue eso? La presión fue más de una pelea, que no estaba simplemente peleando por usted, está peleando por toda la familia y por todos.
Yes. So I have more strong because I fight for a big motive, for my family, for my dreams, for my father, for my sister, for my country, for my city. I fight for everybody. With them, with your support, is more easy for me because I am bad, but with your support, I have strong.
And the big narrative going into this week was the fact that your father did pass away earlier this week. First off, my condolences. I'm very sorry. But second off, what is this moment like? You had such a tough week. You held in all those emotions. What is it like to let all those emotions out now?
Y obviamente la narrativa se volvió por cuenta del fallecimiento de tu papá y obviamente nuestros sentimientos por lo que ha pasado. Por todo lo que pasó, estar acá, ¿cómo es mantener las emociones adentro todo el tiempo y poder simplemente soltarlas adentro del octágono? O sea, contuviste todo hasta el momento que llegó la pelea y bueno, ahí, ¿cómo es este proceso de tener todo adentro y sacarlo ahí?
Vale, esta la respondo en español porque el inglés no me da para tanto.
No te preocupes, ha hecho maravilla.
Pues la verdad que ha sido una semana muy difícil. Mis emociones, ha sido una montaña rusa de emociones porque antes de venir para acá sabía que probablemente no hablase nunca más con mi padre y antes de venir me despedí de él. Me faltaron muchas cosas por decirle, pero hoy lo representé de la mejor manera, ¿no? Como él me enseñó, siempre me decía, siempre fuerte, siempre juntos. Y eso hice, ¿no? Fuerte, juntos, con él, que lo tengo aquí, siempre, en el collar, y sobre todo en mi corazón.
This was a roller coaster of emotions of a week. When it was obviously a hard week, and before I left home, I basically said goodbye to him because I didn't know if it was going to be the last time I was going to be able to see him and say things. There were many things left unsaid, but I'm very proud of the fact that I represented him well. The way he's always said, always strong, always fair. This is what I came strong, fair, very, very, very hard on me. And as you see, I always carry me with me. I'm right here in my necklace, and here I am.
So last one for me. I saw you started your career after getting into a fight at a soccer game. Can you just talk more about the origins of your MMA journey?
Se comentaron que la carrera en las artes marciales mixtas empezó porque te metiste a una pelea después de un partido de fútbol. ¿Podrías hablar de ese origen, esa historia de origen?
Sí. Bueno. Tuve un partido de fútbol, hubo un pique, un enfrentamiento, hubo una pelea. Al final el fútbol es más agresivo que este deporte para mí. Aquí somos hombres, venimos, nos pegamos y luego nos abrazamos. Y en el fútbol a veces se juega un poco sucio, ¿no? Entonces un rival le escupió a mi primo en la cara, le escupió la cara a mi primo y yo respondí dándole un puñetazo. Y ahí me expulsaron y empezó mi carrera. Antes de la jaula ya estaba peleando ya.
Yeah, it all started with a soccer fight. Listen, soccer is a little shady sport, if you ask me about certain things. Because at least we're men over here. We come here, we fight each other, we give each other hugs, and that's it. And soccer a little bit shady. So we were in a game, and the dude spat in my cousin's face. And I just basically went at him and punched him in the face. So basically my MMA career started that's at that moment.
Y una cosa más, ese momento me ha llevado hasta aquí, así que lo repetiría 1000 veces más.
And that moment has brought me here, so I would do it all over again.
Thank you, Hector. My condolences and my congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Sosa, unas en español y si podrías por favor responder en español para los fans.
Claro.
Mencionaste esta montaña rusa, obviamente algo increíble, fuerte, dramático, lo que quieras decir. ¿Cuál fue el momento o momentos, sea en el camerino, cuando Justin dijo tu nombre o cuando sonó lo que sea, que dijiste, es tiempo de poner esas emociones al lado y enfocarme en uno de los más importantes momentos de mi carrera?
Pues creo que todo empezó, mi hermano me llamó, me dijo que mi padre se había muerto y ahí empezó la guerra mía psicológica. Al final vienen pensamientos negativos, vienen pensamientos positivos y yo soy una persona que siempre digo a mis amigos, a mis entrenadores, a mi equipo, a los problemas soluciones, no hay más. Si tienes un problema y buscas problemas, tendrás más problemas. Si tienes un problema y buscas soluciones, tendrás más soluciones. Y la solución mía fue pensar, mi padre murió, se fue de su cuerpo para estar conmigo y me va a dar fuerza. Él me dijo eso, no, empezamos esto juntos y lo acabaremos juntos. Y justo un día antes de yo pelear, se va de su cuerpo para venir hasta Las Vegas, para viajar de la manera más rápida y estar conmigo en cuerpo y alma, ¿no? Entonces, a eso me aferré durante el corte de peso, a eso me aferré antes de salir a pelear. Decía, somos 2 contra 1, no voy a perder. Y así fue.
About the roller coaster of emotions and everything that happened here, the emotions getting in touch with your emotions at the moments that happened. Was it when you came into the Apex? Was it when Justin said your name? Was it at what moment did you actually have to put your emotions aside and fight? And said, well, it all started for me when I got the call from my brother saying that my dad passed away on Sunday. At that moment, it was like, okay, this is we started this together. We're gonna finish it together. That's what my dad used to say. I said, well, he did it. He was able to mind and body. He was able to come here quicker. He passed away and came here quicker than he could ever be. I noticed at that moment I needed to just put everything together, put emotions aside, and said, ain't nobody's going to beat us. It's going to be 2-on-1. I had him with me, and I always tell people, listen. Problems and solutions. If you have a problem and you look for more problems, you're going to have more problems. If you have problems, if you look for solutions, you're going to have a solution. And that's what we do.
Muy cierto, man. Gracias por esas palabras. Durante esa experiencia en la jaula, tuviste un oponente bastante fuerte, que sea lo que sea, no quería que lo finalizaras, no quería rendirse. ¿Cómo fue la plática entre asaltos que te dijo tu esquina mantente? O sea, enfocado pero calmado al mismo tiempo y no cambies la estrategia, tenemos buen game plan, ¿cuáles fueron las palabras para mantenerte en tu salsa, lo que necesitabas hacer?
Sí, el game plan salió a la perfección, trabajamos mucho metódicamente con mi entrenador Mario Alonso para que todo salga a la perfección, no dejamos nada al azar, estaba todo al detalle, solo que Maxson defendió mejor de lo que esperábamos y al ser tan alto me costaba pegar en la cara. Se movía mucho y era muy alto, entonces no lo pude noquear por eso, porque al ser alto e ir hacia atrás no llegaban los golpes con la contundencia que me hubiese gustado. Pero dominamos desde el minuto 1, intenté finalizarlo desde el minuto 1 y bueno, al final él también pelea, defendió bien y no pude acabarlo porque tiene gran nivel.
And the fact that he was a tough opponent, and you couldn't put him down. What does a corner say when you have such a tough opponent? They have to take it, listen, chill, this is going to come. And the answer is about the strategy and the game plan. Listen, they went to perfection. We did not leave anything to chance. We trained every single aspect of this, and we put it to perfection, and we were able to actually put the game plan into practice. It was just, what happened was the big surprise is that how well Maxim was able to defend himself, and also because he's so tall, it was hard to reach that draw. So I mean, for us to get to that chin, it was hard. So the only thing was actually the difficulty was because of a little taller, and he defended himself well. But the idea was actually to dominate him from minute 1, and from the first minute we went for the win. So I think we're very happy to come out with the win, and the game plan was great.
Sí, señor. Y finalmente para mí no se ve que esté lesionado, cortadas, nada así problemático. ¿En dónde? ¿Cuándo? ¿Qué rápido te vemos de regreso en tu debut oficial en el octágono?
Pues ahora mismo quiero estar con mi madre y con mi familia. No les he visto todavía. No sé qué percal me voy a encontrar cuando llegue a la isla. Entonces, darte una fecha sería mentirte. Creo que tengo que solucionar primero y controlar primero mis emociones. Darle tiempo, dedicarle tiempo a mi madre. Perdió hace un año a su hija, mi hermana mayor, y ahora pierde a su marido, 52 años, 53 años juntos. Así que ahora me toca dedicarle tiempo a mi madre, seguiré entrenando. Soy una persona que siempre está activa, soy el peleador europeo más activo. Llevo en 2 años y medio 10 peleas y seguiré siendo el peleador más activo porque al final vivo por y para esto y quiero llegar a ser grande en este deporte. Entonces volveré pronto, eso seguro, pero no te puedo dar una fecha ni nada. Ahora lo único que pienso es en dedicarle tiempo a mi madre y que no se sienta sola ella.
About the fact that you look absolutely fresh from this, you could have your debut. When do you think about having a debut? And the thing is, I don't know how things are going to be when I go back home and I see the entire family, see the entire city. I need to actually feel my emotions and kind of meet my emotions when I'm back home. I also want to give the support to my mother. She's had a very, very hard year. About a year ago, we actually lost. She lost her daughter, my older sister, and now my father. They were together 52, 53 years. So I want to first. I'll be lying to you if I actually gave you a time to start because I don't know what I'm going to feel. So I need to be in touch with that. But as far as activity, I'm always active. Love being active. I am the most active European fighter there is. We talk about 10 fights in 2.5 years. So I want to continue to be active. I live for this. I live because of this. This is what keeps me alive. So I'll continue to be active.
Muy bien, de acuerdo. Se siente que tu familia, tu padre está súper orgulloso. Felicidades y buena suerte con tu carrera en el UFC.
Muchas gracias, de verdad. Muchas gracias.
¿En qué te ayudó competir durante 2 años ante la audiencia mundial de UFC en el Paso? ¿Cuánta enseñanza, cuánto camino haber recorrido ese camino, qué armas te dio para competir hoy frente a Dana White?
Pues al final me ha dado muchísima experiencia, ¿no? Fui campeón de FCR, me iba a pelear a Suecia yo solo con mi entrenador con una bolsa debajo del brazo. Nos íbamos los dos solos, siempre éramos los menos favoritos, como hoy, que éramos los menos favoritos y dábamos la sorpresa. Así que creo que la experiencia que me ha dado pelear en UFC Fight Pass, en eventos grandes y demás, me ha hecho para mí sentirme hoy como en casa, me ha hecho sentirme ya peleador de UFC. Yo sentía que ya era peleador de UFC desde hace mucho tiempo, que tenía el nivel, he entrenado con muchísimos peleadores de UFC y al final sé que tengo el nivel, solo que me faltaba que llegase el día de demostrarlo. Al final no he podido demostrar todas mis habilidades y todas mis cualidades dada la situación. Creo que no peleé como yo puedo pelear, creo que puedo pelear muchísimo mejor, pero al final cuando tienes problemas psicológicos eso se traslada también un poco a la jaula. La respiración es diferente, estás un poco más nervioso, te precipitas y creo que por eso no acabé hoy también a mi rival. Pero cuando esté todo en orden, cuando yo termine de pasar este luto que me toca pasar ahora, volveré a la jaula más fuerte que nunca y verán a un Ejer mucho mejor peleador y acabando sus peleas.
How important was it actually to be in UFC Fight Pass events actually for you to be here and perform well? It was extremely important. I was fighting FCR and we traveled with my coach and I that's it. We had us in a bag. And it gave me the opportunity to fight in different places in Europe. And I think that fighting on UFC Fight Pass gave me an opportunity to fight with the UFC already. I felt like a UFC fighter already. To me, this felt like home, and I felt all I needed to do was actually to make it happen, and I was able to do it. Also, the psychological side. When your psyche is hit, breathing is different. You do things a little more quicker than you usually tend to do. So I just want to make sure that I get to the good stage, get back into the way I fight, and just to me, having fought at UFC Fight Pass, and I'll be ready to fight better.
Última mía. Hablabas de cuando competiste en Rusia, en Suecia, perdón. Eso fue en enero de 2024 con Thomas Grombal. Y has evolucionado mucho tácticamente. En ese momento por ahí recostabas un poquito más en el striking y en el juego de patadas bajas. Y ahora incorporás y mezclás muchísimo más. ¿Tu táctica se va adaptando al rival que tenés en el octágono? ¿Te sentís más cómodo ahora? Porque la evolución ha sido constante después cuando pasaste a WoW hasta la versión que vimos ahora. ¿Con este juego te sentís bien cómodo? ¿Vas a ir variando? ¿Qué no podés adelantar de tu juego en UFC?
Yo soy un peleador muy completo, me siento cómodo en todas las áreas. Cuando iba a Suecia, por ejemplo, con Tomás Grombal, era un peleador que era un wrestler, entonces le defendía los derribos y le pegaba. Si compito contra un striker como hoy, pues le derribo y lo domino. Me da igual el rival, tengo las armas para ganarle a cualquiera, así que simplemente voy a seguir mejorando, forjándome como el luchador que soy y ganándole al que me pongan delante.
There's been a lot of evolution from January of 2024, actually, when you fought in Sweden. And do you feel that you're ready now? Because we've seen more takedowns, we've seen you improve your striking, we've seen you do many different things. Do you adapt your strategy to different fighters? And do you feel that right now you're a more complete fighter? And I'll tell you the answer. I feel really complete. When I went to fight in Sweden, it was against a wrestler, and I was able to actually to counterattack with him with striking. I fought a striker today. I was able to take him down. So listen, I feel very confident. It gives me confidence to take on anybody.
Soy luchador de MMA y lo hago todo bien, así que...
Felicitaciones, Héctor. Vi que al final Dana White estuvo hablando y te dio unas palabras ahí. ¿Qué te habló Dana White al final después de darte el contrato?
What did Dana White tell you? Because I know that Dana taught you a little bit and gave you something. What was that?
Me dijo que era muy fuerte psicológicamente, que lo que había hecho hoy era increíble, que estaba orgulloso y contento con mi actuación y que no me descentrase y que tuviese la actuación que tuve a pesar de todos los problemas. Le había encantado y lo dicho, me dio me escribió una tarjeta y me puso eso, ¿cómo era?
Sea la jodida razón por la cual...
Sea la jodida razón por la cual será recordado tu apellido. Y eso haré.
Dana told them, since I was translating there, Dana told them how life can be tough and life can be really hard on some people. And life has been really tough on you. And you've gone through a lot. And for you to overcome all that, to be here, to do what you've done, I'm really proud of you. And I'm very happy to welcome you to the UFC. And you got to know from Dana White that says, be the effing reason why your last name means something one day.
Y por último, después de todo lo que has vivido en la vida, ¿qué mensaje le harías a alguien, sabes, que también quiere pasar por donde estás sentado tú algún día?
Que quiera llegar a UFC, dice, o que pase por malos momentos.
Sí, que esté pasando por momentos y quiere llegar profesional en donde sea que esté.
Pues le diría que, como le digo a la gente, ¿no? Que, como decía antes, los problemas solo traen más problemas. Si piensas en soluciones, tendrás más soluciones. Y en la cama, acostado en la cama, llorando, no solucionas nada. Al final hay que ser fuerte, hay que salir adelante. Llorar no te hace menos hombre, pero tienes que secarte las lágrimas y seguir avanzando. Seguir avanzando, porque al final la vida son momentos y somos lo que hacemos. Entonces hay que hacer lo que te gustaría representar o que mi padre, mi familia se sienta orgullosa de mí, y creo que eso es lo que yo he hecho hoy, ¿no? Hacer que un país entero, toda mi familia, mi hija, la gente que me quiere, se sienta orgullosa de mí, porque a pesar de todos los problemas saben que yo nunca me voy a derrumbar y soy ese hombre que cualquiera quiere tener a su lado, porque pase lo que pase voy a estar ahí de pie, aguantando la tormenta, los palos, lo que haga falta, nunca me voy a derrumbar. Como siempre digo, nada ni nadie va a pararme. Y eso lo demuestro con acciones, no solo con palabras.
To anyone going through tough times, first and foremost, staying in bed is not going to do you any good. You are what you make of it, and you are what you do, so you got to do the best. I'm just going to put the thoughts together. Also, problems lead to problems. If you think of problems, when you got problems, you're going to have more problems. If you think of solutions, solutions will come to you. You have to work hard at things. And also you have to be what you want to represent your country, your family. And I'm a guy that's what I want my daughter that loves me so much, my family, to see me as somebody that you cannot take down. And whatever life gives you, I'm going to be somebody that they want to be on my side, because I'm going to be that guy that's always going to be looking for solutions, always doing his best, and always putting out a best effort.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. In the next time, my English better.